Hey guys, I'm just now getting started. Hanging up my phone. Let me see. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. I'm in business. Send out my invitation. Ooh, that's bright. All right, guys. I don't know if anyone's on here yet, but let me go ahead and get everything set up, because we are going to have some fun tonight. I hope you guys are ready to learn a little bit about breaking cycles, meditation, healing, talking about some reparenting and attachment styles. We're going to get in it tonight, and I'm only going to be okay. There we go. Hey guys, welcome to my live. This is Sarah, that hypnotherapist chick, also that hypnosis. And we're going to be talking about breaking some cycles tonight. I've had a lot of response from some of my recent videos, and I really want to get in it with you guys and let you guys know a little bit about how you can actually help to reparent yourself, break some cycles, how you can move past the cycle of hurt, the cycles of pain, get out of survival mode. How do you get out of the dissociation where you kind of, go into yourself because things are just too heavy and too hard. So we're going to talk a little bit about breaking the cycle. So if you guys will share this with people, give me some likes so this gets boosted up. But in order to start, I just want to start by saying, hey, everybody, thank you very much, Big J. Happy Sunday to everyone. It's the start of a new week. It is a new month. I hope everybody is ready for their October to be every single thing that they need it to be and desire it to be. Tonight, we're going to be talking about reparenting ourselves, our inner child. In the last live, we were talking about how your inner child can get stuck in levels of trauma. I know trauma is a hot topic word these days. However, it is very real, and the body keeps the score. A lot of times we hold our traumas that we've experienced in our body, in our organs, in our muscles, in our heart. And we're going to talk a lot about, over the next few weeks, we're going to talk a lot about how to break the cycle of trauma, break the cycle of abuse, break the cycles of sadness and just even depression and the traumas that we have, so we can stop re-traumatizing ourselves. So just to give you guys some information on who I am, I'm a certified hypnotherapist. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist at that. 12 years social worker and case manager, as well as 3 years a teacher, and I'm a hypnotherapist, and I've been doing this work for, goodness gracious, quite a while, over a decade. But in this particular instance, what I do now, I've been doing for a little over a year, and I love it. I've helped a lot of people to break through these cycles. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. I love the interaction when you guys interact. It's really awesome. And just, bring on that energy. Let's go. So let's talk a little bit about cycles. All right. I know a lot of you guys probably already know that there are things like generational cycles and generational bondages that we have to break in order for us to be free. For instance, if your grandparents, your parents went through a history of abuse, chances are it got passed down to you. And you may not even be aware that they had these cycles going on through generations, but something's not quite right. Maybe dad was never able to fully open up. Maybe mom was always to herself and reclusive. Maybe, there's mental health issues within your family. You can break those cycles in yourself, and it ripples back through your DNA and through your bloodline, so that now you'll find that as you start to heal, other people in your family start to heal. You'll find that as you start to heal, even your children start to heal. So if we can do the work for ourselves, that's all we're ever asked to do. Do the work for yourself, and everything else lines up. I don't know how, I don't know all the mechanics about how it happens, but it happens and it works. So I know you guys are probably seeing my ring light and my glasses. So I'm going to go ahead and actually click it off. Hopefully I still have enough brightness in the room for you guys to really see me, but that way I don't look like I'm a werewolf up in here. Okay, so let's talk about breaking some cycles. When you have a cycle, hey, Queen Neffy, good for you to make it too. I'm glad to see you. When we have, she's in Japan, guys. She's really awesome. When we have cycles in our families that need to be broken, a lot of times they manifest in us, and we don't know why. We may have grown up with feelings that we don't quite belong, that we weren't quite part of the unit the same way. A lot of us were black sheep, or even if we did belong to our families and our families loved us, we go out in the world and it seems like something's not quite right. We don't quite fit in. There's a reason for that. A lot of times we don't fit in to our family unit or into our communities because we weren't intended to fit in. Some of us are souls that just had to get to this planet, that we had to come here because we have a work to do. Now, I focus on healing the healers. My thing is that I usually work with a lot of my clients are either doctors, they're healthcare practitioners, nurses. I have a lot of people who are doctors of Eastern medicine, I notice, and it's because the healers usually don't have anybody to help them heal. So if you find that you're a healer, you're an empath, and you're being directed in this path, there's a reason for it, and I invite you to interact and connect. So if you found that when you were growing up, you didn't quite fit in either with your family unit or with your community, the reason for that a lot of times is because you weren't intended to fit in. You were intended to fit somewhere else. You're a piece of a puzzle that does not quite know where they belong. But the place where you belong, you may find that you either create your own place, or you may find that you create your own place in the world, or you build your own family, right? And so you may find your circle to be people who you never expected to become family. And it's because you finally get in where you fit in. I'm a strong believer in going where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. And so when you finally find a place where you belong, where you're celebrated, that's when you find that you start to expand and you start to feel free and you start to unfold like a lotus, like a flower opening up, right? Well, when you find that place, it allows you to start breaking cycles and breaking chains in your life because now you feel accepted and free. The thing is, a lot of times when we're growing up, we don't know that it's not us that's the problem, that's the issue, it's the environment we're in. And we can start believing about ourselves that we're not good enough, that we're not wanted or welcomed. And when that kind of thing happens, it can create these false feelings, these false beliefs from the feelings that we feel about our situation. For instance, people, we usually develop different types of attachment styles. And the attachment styles are, there's three major types, but I always add in a fourth. And it's avoidant, people who typically found that other people were unreliable. Thank you for the likes, Neppy. Guys, if you would tap the screen and give me some likes, that way I get boosted and more people can hear the message. I'd appreciate it. And if you want to know more, feel free to like and follow and comment. I look forward to the comments. So attachment style. So there's avoidant attachment style, and that's people who usually found that other people were unreliable. So they don't open up easily. If you start trying to attach to people who have an avoidant attachment style, they usually pull back, they put up walls, they become very uncomfortable with it because they know that people are inherently, they just know it in their mind, even if it's not true, people are inherently untrustworthy. Then there are people who have anxious attachment styles. And those are people who found that their needs were never met. They tend to deal with and struggle a lot with worthiness. They tend to feel like, they have to please people. These are our basic people pleasers. And then we have the anxious avoidant attachment style. And that's a little bit of both. You may take markers from one or the other and combine them, and it inhibits your ability to connect with other people, to relate to other people, and to receive or give love. And then there's secure attachment style, right? The secure attachment people, those are people who know exactly who they are. They don't struggle with the worthiness. They usually were able to feel like they were taken care of. They were cared for when they were growing up. Those are people whose families or caregivers showed them that they were valid and they received validation. They received love. They were well protected, and they're able to connect to people. So you have these technically 4 attachment styles. And what happens is if you never start to be able to reflect on yourself and try to figure out why your relationships are not becoming cohesive the way you want to, then these attachment styles, especially the anxious and the avoidant and anxious avoidant, they will cause you to have more and more difficulty within your relationships, whether they're romantic, platonic, business relationships, it doesn't matter. You'll have difficulty with those relationships because you don't know how to communicate your needs. You don't know how to communicate your fears and your worries. So we're going to work on breaking that cycle. And by the end of the live, we're going to do a simple guided meditation that's going to allow you to reconnect with yourself, to be very present in the here and now. Because the key is to not be far in the future that leads to anxiety, that leads to worry, that somebody's not going to be there leads to worry that somebody's going to drop you or abandon you. And I know that feeling is real. And we're not going to be focused on the past, which leads to that depression about everything that happened, what they did to you, how this person hurt you. We're going to bring it to the present, and we're going to be very present, because in this present moment, right now, if you are on this live, you are safe. In this exact moment right now, you are protected. You're okay. And we're going to bring our focus to the present and remind ourselves that we're okay. So I'm going to do a guided meditation towards the end of the live. It'll probably end around 7:45, and we're going to 7:45, 8 o'clock, and we're going to do a little bit of guided meditation, and we're going to do a tapping technique to bring ourselves back to present and remind ourselves that we're okay. All right. So I want to give you guys a little bit of background. If you're just joining the live, my name is Sarah Green, Green Hypnotherapy. I'm based in Tampa, Florida, but I do hypnotherapy remotely. A lot of my clients are all over the country, all over the US. And I absolutely love working with people, especially on certain types of regression and parts therapy. Parts therapy is where you take the person into hypnosis, and we talk to the different parts of their subconscious mind. A lot of times people will say, I feel stuck. Something's holding me back and I don't know why. And they think it's another person holding them back. And it's actually another part of them holding them back. And it's like, you want to be successful. You want to be happy. You want to be loved. But some part of you just sabotages it. And you may not know why. And so with parts therapy, as well as with certain types of regression therapy, we go into that subconscious part of you. We talk to your subconscious mind, and we let your subconscious mind know that it's okay. And with regression therapy, we grow that part of you up. From whatever time you received the trauma, your subconscious mind always knows. You may not know that you were traumatized by your father maybe passing away or leaving, or by your mother maybe being an alcoholic or just being dismissive. You may not know, and your subconscious mind knows without fail. It could have happened at 1 year old. It could have happened at 3 months. It could have happened at 7 or 10. But it usually happens before the age of 10, because, and most of the time before the age of 7, because that's when our minds are still before the age of 7 is when our minds are usually still in the mindset that we're not a whole person. We don't see ourselves separate so much from our mother and our parents. But around the age of 7, we start to come into awareness of who and what we are, that we're something different. And so for some people, it's much sooner. Some people are born knowing, trust me. Some people know, but it's very few and far between. And so when trauma happens before you know who you are, it fragments part of you, and it's painful. And you grow up not even realizing that part of you is slightly fragmented. It is almost like dissociative identity disorder, DID before, like where people say multiple personalities. It sounds like that, something totally different. What it is, let's say you received a trauma at 5 years old. Let's say you were in an abusive family and you're 5 years old and this trauma happens. It places a pin wherever you received that trauma, and you continue growing up seemingly, but a part of you is fragmented back there. Well, with parts therapy, we help that part of you, parts, and also there's actually 3 different types of hypnotherapy where we help you take that part of you and grow you up to where you are now. And you grow yourself up from the feelings of sadness or hurt and the belief that you're unworthy. Oh, thank you. From the belief that you're unworthy into the belief and the knowledge of what you would rather believe, which is that you are worthy, that you're deserving of love, that you're deserving of happiness, that you're deserving of all good things. When you grow that 5-year-old part of you up, knowing and believing who and what you are, changes the game. Changes the game. Because now imagine, I just want you to imagine, if little you had grown up having everything you need. Yes, you are deserving, Becca. If little you had everything you needed from whatever age you received that trauma, growing all the way up to how old you are now, imagine how unstoppable you would be. Huh? Maybe you would believe you were so worthy and deserving, you start that business you've been procrastinating on. Maybe you will believe you were so worthy and deserving, you go ahead and take the plunge and be in a relationship. Maybe you will believe you were so worthy and deserving, you would go ahead and set those boundaries that you've been neglecting setting, and you stop letting people walk all over you. I'm just saying, right? Okay. So with parts therapy, we go ahead and talk to different parts of you that may be holding you back, right? And sometimes those parts are younger. Sometimes those parts look just like you right now. With regression therapy, we go back, and it feels like you're going back in time to the point of traumatization, and you're taking that part of you and growing them back up to where they need to be, feeling how they need to feel, believing what you need to believe. It's amazing. Your mind is amazing. So we're going to talk a lot tonight about how we can reparent ourselves and how we can break the cycle of trauma, break the cycle of abuse, and step into who we're supposed to be. So if you guys are okay with that, if you're good with that, if you give me permission to teach you this, if you would just give me either a thumbs up or an okay, and we will go ahead and get started, because we're going to go ahead and we're going to sit with our emotions tonight. It's Sunday night. We ain't got nothing else to do. We got Monday tomorrow. It's work tomorrow. Thank you, Beck. I see that thumbs up. We have work tomorrow. We're going to get ready for the week. We're getting ready for the month. It is the second day of the month. We're going to rock this month. We're going to rock the rest of this year. We're going to go ahead and do the work, right? We're going to do the work because we're worthy. If we don't show up for ourselves, we can't sit here and expect anybody else. Thank you, Kathy. I see you ready. Okay, Mama. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to step into who we are, who we were called to be, who we desire to be. All right? So with that said, let's talk a little bit about our minds. I want everybody to get into a comfortable place. Wherever you are, you could be in the park, you could be at home, you could be in your car. I want you to get into a comfortable place, and I want you to kind of sit back and relax a little bit. I'm going to move this pillow up from behind my back, and I'm going to get nice and comfortable because I'm going to do it too. I'm doing the work. Just because I'm a hypnotherapist doesn't mean I don't do the work. I sit with myself every other day and really have a conversation with my emotions, because I want you to understand you're not your emotions. You have emotions, right? You are not the sadness that you feel. You feel emotions. You have emotions. Just like you're not this body. This body you see, this isn't me. This is my vessel. This is what I live in. I'm a spirit with a soul. You are a spirit with a soul, and you have emotions. And sometimes those emotions are heavy. Sometimes those emotions are infuriating. Sometimes those emotions bring you down and make you sad. We're going to go ahead and learn how to sit with them. And when we sit with our emotions, we're going to acknowledge them. We're going to feel them. And we're going to let them know that it's okay. So wherever you're at right now, get nice and comfortable. If you have earphones, you may want to use them. You don't have to. But you're going to get somewhere where you're not going to be bothered, where you're nice and comfortable, and you can just do some breathing with me. So if you will, guys, we're going to go ahead and start. All right? So you'll notice that my voice lowers. If you can't hear me, please let me know. All right, guys. Going ahead and taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. Very good. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose again. And this time, you're going to hold it for 3 seconds. Go. Hold. Out. Very good. Very good. So we're going to do that again. You're going to take a deep breath in through your nose. This time for 4 seconds. You're going to hold it for 4 seconds. You're going to release for 4 seconds. You're going to hold for 4 seconds. You ready? Let's go. Breathe in. Hold. Release. Hold. Good. Very good. Now breathe normally for me. We're going to time. And all that we're doing right now is we're bringing our awareness to the here and the now. We're going to bring our awareness to right here, right now, this moment in time. Let's go ahead and breathe in for 4. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Good. You're here and now. Hi, Nita. You are here and now, right here and now. And everything is fine. You are safe. I want for you to go ahead and breathe in normally through your nose, and you're going to breathe out normally through your mouth when you exhale. You'll breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you're going to bring yourself into awareness of here and now. I want you to go ahead, if you're able to, close your eyes. Just close your eyes. And you're going to allow yourself to continue to breathe normally, taking a deep breath in through your nose and all the way out through your mouth. Bringing your attention to the here and the now, where you are safe. With your eyes closed down, you're going to listen to the sound of my voice. And you're just going to go ahead and relax. Things could be going on around you, but it just doesn't matter. Anything could be going on around you, and you find that it just doesn't matter. Continuing to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Anything could be occurring around you right now, but you find that it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, you feel so calm and present in this awareness, in this moment. You know that you are perfectly safe where you are. You are well protected. Continuing to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. I want for you, with your eyes completely closed down, to bring your awareness down to your toes. Bring all of your awareness down to your toes. Imagine, if you will, that at the base of your toes, you can wiggle them. There is a little ball of light. This light may be any color at all. It may be golden, it may be yellow, red, orange, green, or blue. It may be any color. But you'll notice as you bring your attention down to your toes that this light, with your eyes still closed, listening to the sound of my voice, imagine, if you will, that as this light touches your toes, you wiggle them, and then you allow them to just relax. Relax. Just relax. Good. The light travels up your feet, and as it touches your feet, you find that they tense up a little. And then, as the light moves past them, they just relax. 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 Excellent. The light continues to travel up to your calves, up to your knees, to your thighs. And as it reaches your thighs, they tense up and they relax. And wherever this light touches, I want you to imagine that it spreads relaxation to that area as soon as it passes. Imagine, if you will, that as the light travels up to your hips and your roots, you become very aware of all the tension you've had stored there throughout the day. And you allow that tension to simply ease all the way out, relaxing. Very good. The light travels up past your buttocks, up your back, and into your womb, your abdomen, or your pelvis. And as it reaches that area, it relaxes out. As it passes through and passes up past your belly button, into your sacral area, up into your solar plexus, any tension that you've held in your breastbone, up into your heart, begins to slowly release out. Bring all of your awareness to this part of your body. With your eyes still closed, ears open, remembering to breathe in through your nose and all the way out through your mouth. Very good, guys. If you've listened to the sound of my voice thus far, you'll find that the tension you were feeling in your lower extremities is completely relaxed out. You notice that the light travels up to your shoulders. Any tension you've been feeling, you notice that it gets just a little more tense before the light moves out, and you completely allow all that tension to relax out of your shoulders. The light travels down to your arms and forearms, into your wrist, your hands and fingers, bringing all your awareness into your fingers, stretching your fingers out, and simply allow them to relax. Just relax. The light travels back up your arms and into your throat. Any tension that you may have felt there, any feelings that you may feel that you were unheard or didn't get a chance to speak your truth, that light travels up to your throat and simply relaxes it out as it travels up into your chin, your cheeks, allowing a very light tension or smile to come into your cheeks before relaxing all the way out. You're going to allow that light to come into your ears, up into your head, relaxing the furrows in your brow, in your scalp, and sending all that tension away. And now as the light reaches the crown of your head and completely flows out, you're releasing and have released any and all tension that you've been holding throughout the day. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and all the way out through your mouth. You are safe. In this moment, in this time, you are safe and protected, and all is well. You now know that you are in a state of relaxation where you're able to fully hear and receive what I'm going to say to you. Taking another deep breath in through your nose, all the way out through your mouth. With your eyes lightly closed down, I want you to imagine, just imagine, that where you are right now is the ideal place for you to be. In your mind's eye, imagine that you are sitting in the most perfect place, wherever you would like to be. It may be a park or on your front porch. It may be the beach or in another country. And I want you to imagine, just imagine, that you are in a place where you are perfectly safe. It doesn't matter the time of day, it's the perfect time of day. And you are completely relaxed in this safe place. Now, right before you, you notice that there is a bag. This bag may look like a backpack or a purse. It may look like a simple plastic bag. Whatever it looks like, I want you to pay attention to this bag. Imagine, if you will, that the bag is just sitting right in, and there's something in this bag. Imagine that you go and you pick the bag up. And when you pick up the bag, it's a little heavy. You realize that there's a lot to explore in this area. And you pick the bag up and you begin to explore your surroundings. Imagine, if you will, that as you explore your surroundings, you notice that the bag starts to become heavier and heavier. And before long, you're a little bit out of breath, a little tired. And all you want to do is put the bag down. Imagine, if you will, that you decide to look and see what's inside of the bag. Setting the bag down, you reach in, and inside the bag you find stones. There are several stones in this bag, and they're very heavy, and you've been carrying them for quite a while. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and all the way out through your mouth. Imagine, if you will, that reaching in this bag, you pull out the first stone. This heavy, heavy stone. And on the stone is written the word sadness. 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 When you pick up this stone and you read the word on the stone, you feel it in a particular place in your body. Imagine, if you will, that the place that you feel it in your body, there is a connection between that place and that stone. Looking at this stone that says sadness, you decide, would you like to keep holding on to it? Or would you like to set it down? If you choose to set this stone down, you may do so. But if you choose to hold on to it, go ahead and place it back in the bag. If you set the stone down and left it there on the ground, imagine, if you will, that you pick the bag up and you continue walking to explore the terrain. You are completely safe. The terrain is mildly familiar or very familiar to you. Now imagine, if you will, that you've been walking for a while and the bag begins to get heavy again. Your arms and your back are tired from carrying all the weight of this bag. You decide to set the bag down, and you get curious again, and you look in the bag, and you notice the other stone. Imagine, if you will, that you reach in and you take the other stone out. And as you look at this bag and you look at this stone, you notice that there is writing on it. And the writing on this stone says, fear, fear, fear. Holding this stone, you realize that it causes a particular feeling in a certain part of your body. It may be your stomach or your throat, your head, your heart, but it is connected to that part of you. Pay attention to that. It is important. Taking a deep breath in through your nose, all the way out through your mouth. You're looking at this stone that says fear. And you hear the words in your head that say, I am afraid, but you don't want to be afraid anymore. You can choose to set this stone down on the ground and leave it behind, or you may take this stone and put it back in the bag and continue to carry it. The choice is yours. You are in control the whole time. If you've chosen to leave the stone on the ground, great. If you've chosen to continue to carry this fear, that is your choice. But picking up the bag again, you notice that it's much lighter than it was in the beginning, and you begin walking around, exploring your terrain, noticing all the beautiful peculiarities. You may see animals running around. You look off and you may see mountains or oceans in the distance. And you walk for a while, and as you walk, you notice that the bag starts to feel a little heavy. Not as heavy as before, but it begins to become burdensome. And as you continue to walk, you decide to set the bag down, and you reach your hand in this bag and you pull out another stone. On this stone is written the word unworthy, unworthy, unworthy. You've been carrying this unworthiness for so long you didn't even know it was there. But as you hold this stone and you read the words, you feel a certain part of your body begin to feel weighed down or pulled. You feel a pressure of some sort somewhere, and you know that this stone has been connected to that part of your body. And it's been there for a long time. But you have a choice. You're able to leave this stone behind and set it down on the ground and continue on your journey. Or you can place it back in the bag. And you may carry the bag with you. It is your choice. You are in control. It is your life. Whatever you decide to do, you pick the bag up and you begin exploring a little more. And as you explore, you come across a particular spot. And this spot that you come across has a small bench or a chair of some sort. You may be inside of a house, you may be outside, but you decide to sit on this chair, however it may look, and you decide to get curious again because the bag is nowhere near as heavy as before, but you notice that there are still 2 stones inside of this bag. Taking a deep breath in through your nose, and all the way out through your mouth, with your eyes still lightly closed, you decide to reach into the bag and you pull out the last 2 stones. You've already released the other 3. You've released the unworthiness, the fear, the sadness. But these 2 stones, only you know what's written on them. Looking at these 2 stones, and you see the words that are written on them. You know what they are. You're going to speak them out loud. Once you speak those 2 words out loud that are written on these last 2 stones, take a deep breath in through your nose and all the way out through your mouth. You will notice that there is a pull, a tug, a pressure somewhere in your body. These 2 stones that have the words of the feelings, the emotions, are the beliefs that you've held for so long. You can choose to leave them right where you are, or you can place them back in the bag and continue to carry them. The choice is yours. If you choose to leave them where you are and set them on the ground and walk away from them, then taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth again. Looking at those feelings, at those emotions that were written on those stones. Imagine, if you will, that when you set them on the ground, the words simply fade away. And all you have left is a bag, an empty bag now, whatever it may look like. You take the bag and you hold on to it. It's useful. If you've chosen to keep all your stones, all the hurt, the fear, all the sadness, the unworthiness, if you've chosen to keep them, that is your choice. You can choose to carry the burdens or you can choose to lay them down. But if you've chosen to lay down those burdens, then imagine, if you will, that you stand up from where you're sitting, you in the bag, and you continue exploring, paying attention to the terrain around you. Whether you're indoors or outdoors, you look at everything that's around you and something in particular draws your eye. Taking a deep breath in through your nose, all the way out through your mouth. There's something that has caught your eye. It could be something as simple as a feather. It could be a crystal. It may even be a book or a leaf. Whatever it is particular to you. But this item that you're now paying attention to, imagine that you go to pick it up and it is light. No matter how big it is, it's very light. And when you touch this item, it begins to glow. It may glow gold or green, purple or blue. Pay attention to the color that it glows. Taking this item in your hand, turning it around, looking at it, you realize that there are words on it. The words on this item say, happy, worthy, free, loved, peace. You read it and you read that it says happy, worthy, freedom, love, and peace. This item is just for you. It was placed here for you. You may take it and you may place it in your bag, or you may hold on to it. But when you hold this item, you begin to feel exactly how it feels to really be happy. It's almost as if this item is giving over some of its energy, its power to you. You feel suddenly how it feels to be worthy of all good things, everything you've ever wanted. A sense of peace washes over you, and you know that you are free. You take this item and you place it in your bag or your pocket, or you hold on to it. And as you do, you realize as you look down that where you touched the item, it left some of its glow on you. And your hands are glowing. And the glow begins to spread up your arms, all the way up into your shoulders, into your throat. You feel the glow spreading both up and down your body, into your heart, all the way down into the core and root of who you are. Your very being begins to glow. Imagine, if you will, that glow spreads down into your pelvis, down your legs, your knees, all the way down past your calves, into your feet and toes. And before you know it, your hands are glowing, your feet and toes are glowing, and there is a light shooting straight up out of the crown of your head. You are so filled with light. You are light. And you begin to know that you are happy. You are worthy. You are peace. You don't just have them, you are them. You are free. And you are in complete control of your life. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and all the way out through your mouth. This feeling that you're feeling right now, it is releasing something within you. It is filling you with the courage to do whatever you must do in order to break cycles in your life. Everything that you need, you have, and you are. There is nothing missing, lacking, or broken within you. You look around you with your eyes still lightly closed at the terrain, at the environment that you're in, and everything just looks slightly different, slightly better. As you look around your surroundings, a simple smile may come to your face, but it is a knowing that wherever you are in that moment, in this precise moment, you are safe. All is well. You are protected. Taking a deep breath in through your nose one more time, and all the way out through your mouth. The trepidation that you felt initially is gone. You are now in complete awareness that everything is working out for your highest and greatest good. You are ready to break cycles. You are ready to do your own work. You are healed and you are whole, and everything is working out for your highest and greatest good. In just a moment, I'm going to count up from 5 to 1. At 5, you know that you are whole and healed, you are worthy, you are happy, you are peace, you are free, and you are in complete control of your life at all times. 4, you are completely aware of everything around you. You're able to return to this state at any time. You remember everything that happened. 3, you are fully in your body. You're able to wiggle your fingers and toes. You feel very at peace and aware. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You are fully awake and aware. Your eyes are open. And you know that everything that you need, you have. It is time to break cycles. You are well equipped. You are well capable. The entire universe is conspiring for your freedom, for your breakthrough. The gifts that you have been given, that you came here with on this earth, are ready to flourish, and so are you. Taking one more deep breath through your nose, all the way out through your mouth. It's time. It's time. Yeah. Guys, if that was okay for you, you're very welcome. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Nita. Thank you, Becca, for joining, looking at everybody. Thank you so much, Neppy. Guys, thank you for joining. I want you to know that if you're ready, when you're ready for healing, when you're ready. Thank you, Rocky. You're welcome, Kathy. When you're ready, the healers, the teachers, we always appear. A lot of you guys are empaths and healers yourselves. You're welcome, Zuli. You're welcome, Becca. A lot of you are meant to heal. You're meant to heal. I'm so glad you felt that, Nita. You're ready, and the world needs you. This world needs your gifts. We've all been given specific gifts. It's time for us to sit down and unpack our bags. Unpack our sadness. Unpack anything that is holding us down, holding us back, keeping us heavy. Because you're worth it. You're worthy. You're worth it. And when you're ready, truly ready, everything falls into place and aligns. So with that said, I appreciate you all for joining my live. I love you all. I'm sending you all like the biggest hugs, the biggest kisses. Mwah. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you. As we all go along our individual healing journeys, understand there's always going to be times where we feel the need to go pick those stones back up. Just leave them. Bless you too, Kathy. Blessings to you. There's always going to be times where we feel like we need to go and pull back the past and remember the things of the past. I get it. But guess what? It's in the past. It can't harm you anymore. The key is to learn new patterns. Thank you, Zuli, for the likes. I appreciate the likes, guys. It gets the message out there and puts my platform out there to more people. The goal is really to help this world come into a place of healing. It is time for healing. The world is ripe and ready for it. Oh, thank you, Zuli. You're welcome. The world is ripe and is ready. And for all my people who are also healers and encouragers and uplifters, who are the empaths of the world, it's time for us to get to the place where we are free to do what we came here to do. So if I can facilitate that, I'm here to do so. If you guys have anything that you want me to talk about in a TikTok, if you have questions about hypnotherapy, please reach out to me. My website is green-hypnotherapy.com. I'm in the process of revamping it so I can make it more user-friendly. I'm on TikTok almost every other day or every day a lot of times. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment on any of my videos and I will either make a video about it or I'll respond to your comment. And I'm here. I love you all. And I pray you have an amazing, beautiful week, that you reach all your goals. I'll be back here on live on Friday evening, 7 p.m. Hopefully you guys are, I know Fridays are like nights people go out, but if you'd like to join my live on Friday, I will be here. And I'll talk to you all soon. You got this.